I think this week
I
we just jump right in.
really. Well, no matter, if you listen to this, like you might be thinking, what the flippin' heck is this? This is the podcast that happens weekly, where I, Shalama underscore on twitch.tv and Ankastasia, also on twitch.tv. We of gaming dev award winning fame, if you listened last week, you already know. We talk
Please.
about stuff, slice of life stuff, and whatever interesting things come to us. Sometimes nothing. So but then we still always find something to talk about.
After a long
So
pause.
strap in.
Strap
I hope
in,
you have your
strap
favorite
on.
blankie. You have your favorite snack, and don't listen to what Uncle just said. Yeah. Hello.
Fine, then mute me. I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah. Hi, Ohio. Yeah, I just scared myself because I am standing at my desk, and I was just
Did a
basically,
cucumber just like pop off from behind you?
of
Like,
course, yeah. hmm I have my leg resting on my desk chair. My right knee is basically was resting on it behind me, and I was just twisting it like back and forth, kind of the seat,
mm-hmm.
and something touched my foot, and I don't know, it really freaked me out until I realized. Because I didn't know what it was touching, right? It's not because of the sensation; it's because you don't expect there to be anything. And it turns out it was my hoodie that is resting over the back of my chair. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's horrifying. You wear
It's just
hoodies?
flapping around. And it weirdly touched my foot and I hated it. And it's
Hoodies are just so 2010s.
What do you mean?
I'm just talking shit. I don't mean anything.
I don't think hoodies ever stopped being a thing. If anything,
No,
hoodies became casual, and they used to be, well, they always were casual, but they used to be a thing that people were political about.
they were. How can
Yeah.
you be
I
political about
remember.
a hoodie?
Well, let me tell you, I'm sure some of our older British viewers and listeners may remember, but I used to watch a lot of British TV and used to listen to BBC radio, and I have learned that a while ago, youths that were wearing hoodies were regarded as shady and suspicious, because you can have the hood up and you can basically kind of hide. So you must obviously be up to something. So hoodies were kind of weirdly stigmatized for a while. I think now
Mm.
they probably don't care anymore. But for a while, it felt like that genuinely is a thing in the UK. If you're young and you have a hoodie on with the hood up, you're going to get shouted at by a granny. Not as big in Germany, but still, hoodies for a while had like a stigma to them. Here
I
as
I
well.
mean, now that you mention it, I do see the point. I guess that is kind of like a prejudice that I have heard of, or like it does ring a bell with me in the UK, yeah. But I feel like it's not just the UK. I feel like in the States too, it was like that. Maybe
Have you been to the States?
I have, although I was gonna, I was googling a bit in parallel about the hoodie and where it when it appeared.
When the hoodie appeared, dang hoodlums, is that connected at
Uh,
all?
I don't know. I mean, there's this entire the New York Times magazine like article here about the hoodie that we could read. The bad part is that we don't have time to do it right now because it would take forever.
What do you mean? How
It's a
long could it
long
be?
article. It's not
Is it
that
not a
short.
summary? What is the title of the article, at least?
The politics of the hoodie.
Oh, wow. Okay, someone actually did like a piece taking that apart, I guess.
The hooded sweatshirt emerged as a pop political object after decades of mundane hard work. In the 1930s, the company now known as Champion Athletic Apparel began turning them out to keep football players warm on the sidelines, also attracting business from men who operated backhoes and cherry pickers
That
and
makes
forklifts. The
it
for-
so. The for what?
the forefathers of style for the guys who topped their hoods with hard hats turned backward.
Oh, wow. But it makes so much sense as a garment. I don't know. It just, yeah, tradies, anybody that works outside and might want to protect their neck from the sun or just from wind, right?
Yeah, I mean it's warm for your head to have that. A working man's garment, yeah,
Like
basically.
I have a very oversized hoodie jacket that I like to wear in the gym because I basically it covers my neck and my shoulders. So when I warm up, it feels like I trap the warmth within my garments more, and my shoulders are more warmed up and stuff, and it feels just comfy. A lot of people do that in the gym, and just generally I just think they're pretty comfortable. I mean, it's clearly you can hide in them. That's why people hate that, because what you can't see is shady, I guess. But at the same time, it's also, people are also just introverted. It's not that they're up to some shady shit, they just want to be comfy.
Yeah, it's a weird prejudice. But this does kind of remind me that I never used to wear hoodies. Like I think as a teenager I never had such a thing. And then older, I still think in my 20s I wasn't really wearing them. Maybe I found them too casual. I don't know.
I mean,
Have very few of them. Like maybe I have like one hoodie.
I think now it's the basic startup attire. You wear like chinos or like some kind of linen cloth trouser stuff, and you wear like boat shoes or something like that, or like New Balance sneakers, and then you just wear like a hoodie, like a gray hoodie jacket with a t-shirt underneath, or like an actual shirt as well. So now you
Yeah,
like office chic even.
great. I don't know. I still like I guess I still find them too casual. Like clothes that are too casual, I obviously they're comfortable and I wear them at home, but I kind of like they make me kind of depressed. I don't know, like they make me feel
Mm,
like I'm not put together in any way. They can be too comfortable, you know.
I get that. I used to be a person that my friends used to make fun of for always wearing trop, proper like jeans or chinos or something indoors all times. Like I would wake up, I would put on my chinos or my jeans, and I would sit in them and be in them all day, never being like in like a pair of sweatpants or something.
I think I was doing that a lot too. Like, instead of like having sweatpants at home, I would just like keep wearing jeans or something.
But then the pandemic came and I stopped giving a crap, honestly. And then I started wearing it in the lab because nobody there cared. My my I don't know what you would call it, like Godfather professor. I don't know, the head of my in my lab department of the group, the professor that graded my thesis and everything. She would always wear those toe shoes, like barefoot toe shoes, where the toes are separated, and
Wait, what?
like in man. Yeah, she would, or like I think also sometimes she would just wear Vans. But I saw her. They are like one of the oldest, the one of the first barefoot shoes that came out. Now we have like a lot of them. Yeah, I think they're like Vibram, like normal shoes with separated toes. No, no, that's ugh. Why? That's
Oh, apparently I muted myself accidentally on
oh wow.
stream. Um, yeah, why is Anka licking so much? That's a good question. No, I was saying that it's really funny to me that these shoes have just the toes popping out. Or like these sandals that these women are wearing.
Yeah, it seems like some weird fashion choice thing.
They
I
are
don't like it.
so weird. Oh, and this person is wearing nail polish
Yeah,
that
yeah.
matches the color of the shoe.
Uh,
Oh,
uh,
so
uh,
bizarre. Okay, these are all like. And
what?
then there's also these. There are also boots like that just have the toes and the other, like the big toes and the other toes in separate compartments. Have you seen
Yeah,
these?
these. I think that's like a. Isn't that like a Japanese style? I recall there's like something where it's like that's like a traditional thing.
I
But what
don't
I'm talking
know.
about is Vibram shoes, where they are basically made out of neoprene, I think, or something like that, very rubbery, and all the toes are separate entities, and it kind of looks a bit freaky. But it was very popular for a while, and you do sometimes still see them.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, those. And my prof would wear those. They kind of look like you're supposed to go diving in them for some reason. But I guess it's the material. But
I can't
runners also
imagine
use
what that feels like. It feels like I wonder if I would just be really bothered to have stuff between my toes.
I used to have socks that had separate toes, and it always felt a bit weird.
I've never had those because I thought they were
It's
bizarre.
it's weird because you feel the separation between your toes, and
That's
it
what I
kind of I
imagine I
don't know.
would, yeah.
Yeah, and also the problem is like your fingers, your toes are also not uniform in size. Everybody has different lengths of toes. So the ones I had were kind of too small on the toes, so the seam between the toes I would feel that between my toes, and that was really uncomfortable. It's like when you have gloves that are too small with the seam between the fingers.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
So yeah,
comfortable. It
I
sounds
would
like it
recommend
needs
it.
getting used to
Yeah,
for a
but
long
I've seen
time.
people have the ones where the big toe is separate. That's actually more common, I think. And I think that is like a Japanese thing or something because of the sandals. It's like the socks you wear for specific sandals where just the big toe is separated.
The thing is that those still look like hooves to me. That's
A
what they
little
make
bit,
me
yeah.
think of.
I don't know what the background behind them is. Maybe it's the easiest way to use the least fabric to make them stick on your feet. Maybe that's all that is. Well, anyway, my prof was wearing those, and then she was always wearing denim shorts and black t shirts, no matter what time of year it was.
Oh my
Even in the
god.
depth of winter, she would always wear denim shorts.
Couldn't be me. I
So
cannot. I could not do that. I am so easily like I get easily cold.
those people are often metalheads, and she was also someone that would often go to Wacken open air and stuff.
I'm finding World War II Japanese boots that are like you described somehow.
Well, that does fit what I thought it would. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know why.
I also don't
I don't
get
know
why
why.
this would be a better design than just rounding it at the tip.
I am literally clueless. Meanwhile, I'm looking for metallic green nail polish.
That's specific.
Well, today I randomly had the idea of like, hey, what if I had metallic green nail polish? Because I kind of like that.
Oh,
I used to have a
did
big.
my dress at the award show inspire you? Just
Honestly, I
so we
forgot
never
about that.
let that one die, you know. I have to
Yeah,
keep the meme going because now my award is
yeah,
a meme.
yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. Just randomly kind of popped into my head that maybe, I always have like, I don't know, not always, but from time to time I get this feeling of like I need a new color of nail polish kind of
Yeah,
because I do wear nail
I've been
polish. And then
feeling
it's
like
just,
that too. Like, actually, I always forget to just wear nail polish. I've collected a few over the years, but I just don't use them. And then I have some days when I'm like, why don't I do more nail polish stuff? Why am I
I
so like,
have, I have to wear nail polish kind of.
you have to?
I Yeah, because sadly, over time, what has crystallized in my brain is that it's the only thing that if I apply fresh nail polish to my nails, that keeps me from chewing on them, basically.
Oh, that makes sense actually.
It's like the mindfulness of knowing you have nail polish on your nails and that it's not just that you don't want to ruin it, it's like, oh, I'm noticing I'm doing it for some
Mm.
reason
Well,
because
I
you
mean,
you
you
have.
also bite into that shit, I guess. Can't be
Yeah, you
pleasant.
also don't want nail polish to be in your mouth and in your stomach. Obviously, that's can't be healthy. That can't be healthy. Yeah. Yep.
Biting your nails, that's not something I've ever done. I don't know how one goes down that path, but
Stress and randomness. I don't know.
yeah.
I found a Winnie the Pooh nail polish that has Tigger on it,
Winnie the
but
Pooh?
it's
Who needs
yeah.
the
I
poo?
can't understand. Oh God, I can't understand what color it's supposed to
That
be
was
though.
your quote. May I remind
Yeah,
you? Um,
I know. That doesn't mean that I have to, you know, you know.
this is your curse.
It is my curse. Yes, I don't get away with saying anything ever.
No, not while you have me around, I guess.
We
You
yeah.
have what is it? So this Winnie the Pooh nail polish, is it green like you wanted?
Uh, it's gold, kind of. I guess because it's
Gold.
supposed to be like honey. It's like metallic gold-ish, but they don't really have this French. I think they don't have a color description, and they don't show an image of it actually being applied to fingers. the nails.
Well, that's kind of a crappy way to sell nail polish if you can't really see it. It's like an example of use. By the way,
Yeah.
you know something that really drives me nuts about Amazon? Because this is
No.
why I'm not putting the link up on stream yet. It's because Amazon has this extremely annoying habit of resetting the location where it wants to ship the product. There's this
Yeah.
section up there on the page where it says, well, mine is in German right
What?
now, but it always says deliver to. And
Yes.
if you just leave it, like, I'm not logged into Amazon here. I'm in a
Yeah.
container that's like separate from the other stuff I use. That's my personal shopping page. And this always resets to what it thinks is your postcode,
Yeah.
which is very
But
doxy.
why is yours Argentina?
Because I changed it manually to say from deliver to my postcode to deliver to
Oh,
freaking wherever, just so you don't show my postcode anymore. But
yeah.
after a while, it resets again. And I do
Yeah, I
not
get it.
know how to actually get rid of this feature. I have actually disabled that Amazon has access to my location in this browser. So technically, it shouldn't even be able to do that.
But I don't know. I'm super paranoid about looking at Amazon because it kind of does dox you.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think,
the thing. Like, why does it always have to dox you?
yeah, I don't like opening Amazon on my on stream anymore. Even when I'm in a browser that is not logged into anything, I don't like it. No,
Yeah,
it's
I've
kind of
also
weird.
started thinking, okay, I really cannot use this on stream because it just keeps trying to show where my location is.
I actually want to test what it does. If I go to Chrome into my stream browser and look at this, yeah, it approximates my actual postal code somehow, even though I don't share my location at all. That's so weird.
Yeah, right?
Well, and oh, by the way, speaking about nail polish against chewing your nails, the reason why I started is because my mother bought me nail polish that has existed for a very long time. It's clear, it doesn't have a color, so nobody knows you're wearing nail polish, right? But it's called it's no bite or something. And it's
Oh,
like a nail polish you put on children's nails as well, that tastes bitter. So it's a nail polish that if you lick your fingers or you put your fingers in your mouth, you have a very disgusting taste in your mouth.
that is a very smart idea to make nail polish that is just specifically aimed at people who would
Yeah.
otherwise bite their nails.
That sounds like a good idea until you want to eat some chips, or you want to eat like an apple and you lick your fingers and suddenly you have a bitter taste in your mouth. And I used it
Mm.
for a while, and then I stopped being sensitive to the bitterness because I got so used to it.
Oh
That's when I went to other
no.
nail polish. Yeah.
Oh no, and then it's pointless too. God damn it. I
It's
thought it was a really good idea until you ruined it.
well, I think for some people it really works well, but I get used to the taste and then it's yeah,
I also just
pointless.
didn't think of, yeah, maybe you lick your fingers because you're eating chips or something. But
Yeah,
that's
you,
true.
you really notice how often your fingers touch something. Like if you're eating grapes with your fingers, you can have the flavor end up going onto the grape, even though you're not really licking your nails or anything.
Yeah, I see.
It's kind of like the bitterness of coffee, but 10 times as bitter. Now
That
that because
sounds
I'm
pretty
drinking coffee
terrible.
right now. Yeah. Yeah, if you have if you have a sibling that's like small and they have problems with that, I mean that's a thing you can try because they won't get bullied for that because the nails are not colorful because kids are assholes. The clear stuff, at least, nobody will notice, and the kid might actually stop. But I don't know. It's kind of a very German approach in a way because Germany is like famous for those kids' tales where kids get punished heavily for doing things like the famous one with the Struwwelpeter that sucks on his thumb, and then a big bad man comes with a massive pair of scissors and chops his thumb off because,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah, Germany really
That's
wants to teach you a lesson there.
Yeah, that's like it has a name in at kids education, something like I don't know, it's like gray or like dark pedagogic stuff. It's I don't know, it's like this weird idea that you have to punish to stop a behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
guess quite a lot of like folk tales are like that. Because I sometimes read these Romanian myths on stream from this
oh
old
yeah,
book that I have, and those also are a lot of these like cautionary tales about what some people did to anger God or to get the to surrender themselves to Satan, or like stuff like this. Like you just have to watch out uh, uh, about a bunch of things. It's kind of weird.
yeah. Well, you did anything else? I kind of went on a tangent there. Got anything else going on this week? Anything? Any news? Any game dev news?
That's not something I should like. I feel sometimes like that's all I ever bring to the table.
Well, it's also something that only you experience that people that listen to this might not know, or they might relate to it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing on my brain at the moment is just like going to this games fest in Berlin in like about a week. I have to go there, and it went from I don't know if I can make it to I can definitely make it. I'm actually like sponsored to go there for free in the end.
Sponsored.
Yeah, because there's this indie organization called Wings, or like Wings Fund, and they support women and marginalized gender groups to kind of like have more visibility and more opportunities in the games industry. So I saw the other day that they had actually set up a giveaway for 5 tickets to go to a maze, and I immediately applied because I was like, okay, this is kind of what I need, so I can just like make this trip for basically no money. And I actually got selected.
That's super nice.
Yeah,
That
I mean
saves a lot of
that's
money, I
it
bet.
really does. And this includes like also access to like the business lounge, which would have
Ooh.
cost extra as well. So yeah.
Are you gonna document what they offer there? Snacks, drinks?
I mean, honestly, I don't know if they're gonna have like much going on in the business lounge, but
Really? I feel like they should at least have like a cold platter of like cantaloupe and some stuff like that, some fruit.
cantaloupe.
I don't know why it's cantaloupe. I don't know, some people.
I don't like melon so much, but hey, I see what you'd be into.
Well, I'm just saying it feels like cantaloupe is the nicest melon that people like. People usually hate honeydew, and normal melon is just kind of boring to them, like watermelon. It's cantaloupe though. People are always like, "Yeah, that's a good one." I don't know why. I think watermelon is totally fine.
I
And
think
honeydew is
watermelon's
fine.
the best one.
I do really like watermelon when it's just right, but it's so easy to get a bad watermelon.
I don't know, with regular melon, I always feel like it leaves this weird aftertaste that I just do not like, which doesn't happen if you eat melon, like watermelon.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just don't really love that aftertaste. Like sometimes I can eat melon and enjoy it, but it's not often. It's just something that I very easily get like sick of somehow.
Well, if they have melon, you'll have to tell us what kind of melon they have.
Sure. Look, so the thing with Amaze, like there's a bunch of things about it. Like we will actually have a demo there too, but
Oh,
it's only a restricted time frame. Like on Thursday at 4, I can basically show the demo there for 2 hours. That's it. So we're not really part of the official exhibition, but we're just kind of like shoehorned in somehow.
well, that's really nice though. Then you might, get those wish lists, get that exposure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect very much. Like, it's not a big festival. There's not like thousands of people visiting. It's, I don't know, or maybe it's like up to 1,000 tops. I'm not even sure it gets that large. It's more about just meeting other devs and checking out what they're doing. I checked the business attendance. I'm not seeing a whole lot of like potential people to talk to like about publishing, which I'm also
Oh,
kind of sad about. I couldn't really know until I logged into their business platform, and now I can
I
kind of
see.
see that there's just like I don't know 2 or 3 publishers there. Not even. I don't know. Like, I don't know who I'm gonna meet there. Maybe I just like wait a bit longer. Maybe not everybody has signed up or something.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, more publishers, more people just ups the odds, right, of running into somebody. It also maybe diminishes them because there's more people they will talk to. But if there's fewer people, you just have to. In reality, right, you only have to meet the one right person, I guess, to help with your business.
That's true. But yeah, I think we've been talking about this over and over again, that just this year doesn't feel like a very easy time to find a publisher for anything. So I'm just going to try to just talk to whoever I can and just enjoy the event and not have too much of an expectation for it in that regard.
It's probably smart.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how you avoid massive disappointment, I guess.
True.
And another thing about the event is that I kind of signed up as a press member.
Oh,
Which
you
is,
get a badge.
I don't know what it entails, but I actually told them that I would like to do a coverage stream, and I said that before I even know if I can actually do it. It's really stupid.
Don't you have like? How would you do that? Do you have like? I don't know. Do you just have a notepad? Oh,
What do you mean? Streaming from a notepad? You mean like a
you're
paper?
streaming. Actually, I kind of missed the point where you said you were streaming. Yeah, how are you doing that? Isn't your phone broken?
Yeah, exactly. I don't actually know. I kind of just like said it, and then I thought, okay, if this works out, I'll figure something out.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm not sure because yeah, the phone that I have is just this old thing where like half of the apps currently don't work anymore because the OS is too old, and yeah, I don't know, and I still would need some kind of like microphone that is not terrible, and then I also need to figure out some solution to strap the phone to myself or like hold it in my hand. Yeah, imposter syndrome into overdrive. It definitely has done that. Because now I'm trying to figure out not only what I'm going to say about the game during these 2 hours where I have to present it to the public, but now I also need to kind of figure out if I can do a stream and actually like arrange talking to some devs, and actually not even the devs, like the person who responded to my press pass request. They said I could actually interview the director of the festival.
Oh, jeez. Oh god. Okay.
The thing is, he's a super casual guy. Like he always does a party, like a DJ set on the awards night. They book a club, and he just like does a freaking DJ set, and he just like takes his shirt off on stage. And then and people mosh in front of him, and it's just weird. Like, I don't know. You got a very, very artsy thing going on over there. It's Berlin, I guess. It shouldn't be too shocking.
Yeah, I remember when you posted stuff from last year, I think.
Yeah, last year I went to that party, and that's kind of how I developed a little bit of a tinnitus because it was so loud.
Oh.
And I didn't have any sort of ear protection, and I thought I was still young, but you know.
So you still have that tinnitus?
Yeah, it's really not noticeable most of the time, even when I'm like going to sleep. Unless I actually kind of start listening to it, I don't really get bothered by it. So it's really not bad. But when I, like, after that party in the first couple of weeks after, when I noticed that something was kind of off, I was really freaking out because I was afraid that I would just, like, never stop being bothered by it. And I know that you've talked about having tinnitus, and yours sounds way, way more severe.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to have tinnitus because yeah, it can get really bad. I can know from experience. And the irony with mine is that I had surgery on my ear to help my hearing, and then I developed more tinnitus from the stimulation during the surgery.
Oh man, that's so unlucky.
So if you ever have surgery where they mess around, potentially touching your inner ear or stuff like that, be aware that it's possible the irritation makes you have more tinnitus. Yeah, they
Jesus.
gave me steroids. They gave me like a big dosage of steroids. Like basically cortisone is steroid. You know, it's there's many steroids. It doesn't mean I got buff. And yeah, I guess I don't know if I could sue. No, it's like a. It was very much like a risk reward kind of deal where yeah, it's possible that it does not get better. Though I did not know that I could get more tinnitus from it. But I did tell them when it was over, yeah, I have tinnitus now this year that I cannot hear out of because I had it bandaged up and stuff.
So
So
did the
yeah.
surgery basically only do worse?
Uh, honestly, I think my hearing is about the same as it was before.
Oh my god.
It's a little better, maybe. It's a little better, maybe. I was hearing impaired on my left ear enough to be considered handicapped on that side. But still, the hearing is good enough that I can have headphones on and only uncover the left side, you know, and still have a conversation. So it's not insanely bad. It just one of my ears, it sounds more like I'm under the water, kind of.
Hmm.
It's a little more like dampened, kind of.
Wow, but you still have the tinnitus in it like more
Yeah.
intensely or
But the thing is that tinnitus is something that you can deal with. You just have to learn. You need the blurgle, basically. You need to know that you shouldn't think of it. You just need to forget about it. That's the only thing you can do. Your brain, there's therapy you can do where they just teach you to ignore that specific noise. They just train you.
yeah,
So that's
that's kind of weird that it's more like an awareness thing.
yeah. It's we also don't know like we know that there's these tiny hairs in your inner ear where there's like a lymph liquid that circulates for your like sense of direction and stuff, you know, keeping you upright and knowing what side is up and such.
The cochlea or what was it called?
Yeah. And that there's tiny hairs in there and those can get damaged and apparently that can also cause tinnitus and we don't really have anything yet to regenerate those or heal them, so that's the theory I think is what causes tinnitus. We don't fully understand it, I think, or we understand it kind of but we have no clue how to fix it so far.
Hmm.
I've read about like potential treatments but I've not for years I've not checked if, what the standard is now. I don't know. I just live with it. It doesn't make me so miserable. It's very rare when I get really, really stressed, it passes with me. Otherwise, it's like, you know, you wouldn't notice that I have it. I just avoid like massively loud situations, big crowds of people.
Yeah, I mean, ever since this incident last year, I've also been more careful about my ears and kind of avoiding loud
Mhm.
stuff even more.
I guess you could also technically use like noise canceling headphones and specifically cancel out that frequency because that's how noise cancellation works. It's like the counter wavelength to a sound. I guess that would work. I don't know. There's also like techniques where you're supposed to cover your ears and tap on your head
Yeah,
in
but
rhythm.
I mean, I don't really understand how you would do the counter frequency because, like,
You would
you
need to
it
find
it
the
it's not an outside
yeah.
stimuli.
Yeah, but you still perceive it like a sound. So I think you could technically do that maybe.
Maybe
I
you
don't
could
know.
do something where you generate something. I think I thought that there was like a thing where you could use notch filters to generate some soundscape that kind of cancels out the specific stuff
Mhm.
that you hear, but I don't really know if and how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess you could always tell the frequency of it by hearing the sound, right? Because that's what I think doctors do is they play you a sound and you can say this is what I'm hearing basically, you know.
Yeah, but then they kind of they would have to make you listen to stuff that cancels out that sound, like the
Yeah, I
inverse
don't
of
know.
it, right?
Like they have enough techniques to like tell how good your hearing is by just giving you different sounds and when you perceive them. So I think that would be a method. But
Yeah, it's
anyway, you
just
know,
like I've never like I've when I went to the doctor after this party, and I actually did
Mhm.
go on a dosage of steroids too
Oh,
for a few weeks to see if it would make it go away.
yeah.
They never told me about any kind of sound treatments. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. But also I don't trust doctors to know all the treatments anymore.
Yeah.
It's we've talked about the weed legalization a lot. One of those things that comes up is that there are people that have mothers that are getting through cancer treatments and stuff, and almost nothing works. And then now, because it's easy to get, they have their mother like try CBD because it doesn't really get you high without the THC. And it's some people use it for therapy and it does something. Some people don't. Some people just get diarrhea apparently. And
Oh
yeah, I don't
gosh.
know. I read this. I didn't read it, but I read basically the abstract of a study that said that they found that people that took CBD had diarrhea more often. I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
like
but
chewing gum too much, huh?
yeah, maybe. I don't know if there's like a phenylalanine or something in it. The stuff that gives you the poopies if you have too much gum. But there's like, I've read a bunch of stories, and some people that were saying like CBD helped their mother, but then they told their doctor, who is like an older person that's also like 60, and the doctor was outraged that they tried that, and like it was some kind of devil's work that would have made everything worse, even though it's fairly benign. And that's also why a lot of doctors, I think, they don't read papers that are up to date, and their information is outdated, because when you work in a field for 40 years, and I am lazy, you know if I was a doctor, I don't know if I could keep up with all the latest stuff. I mean, I understand it, but also a 60-year-old doctor, how do I know that they know how to treat my disease in the mildest and best way, and they don't just use, what they've always done and never learned differently?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, just being at work every day to see patients, when the hell do you still have time to also do research into the latest findings and whatever?
Yeah. And German doctors are also incredibly conservative as well. Yeah. If I went to my doctor and told her, maybe I would like some THC so I can sleep better, because I don't know. But what most people get is, here are some antidepressants that are very severe. How about you do that first? Mess it with your hormones and stuff, How about that?
Yeah, and then there's also like, I feel like there's also a massive shortage of doctors. Like, I know my general practitioner, you cannot just make an appointment with her unless you would be willing to wait for like 2 months until she can see you. Like the only way I can see her is if I go short notice to her, like at 8 a.m., when they kind of agree to see anybody who's maybe has like an acute situation or something. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I used to have a long. She was I think she was Indian. She was a very lovely lady. She was very nice and very helpful, and she didn't just prescribe everything. She was very conservative with just giving you anything. She usually would go with, okay, we're going to try physiotherapy and stuff like that first before we actually go with drugs, right? In that way, she was very nice. And she actually also did recommend me osteopathy. Oh, I don't know how you pronounce it in English. Osteopathy, the bone healing thing. That's kind of a bit hocus pocus, but for some reason, for some people, it does help. I did
What is
that.
osteopathy? What? I never
Eh,
never even knew what that meant.
Uh, it's like, I don't know, like bone healing kind of. They align your bones. You lay down or something, and they help you with like back issues and stuff by realigning your posture. It's really
What?
strange,
Is it a
but my health and
massage? Oh, they
it's
step on you.
yeah, it's like kind of like a massage physiotherapy thing, but also I don't know. It's not chiropractic stuff either. It's no bone cracking or anything. It's very gentle, but gentle but firm, kind of. Yeah, it's, I don't know, but I know a bunch of people that swear by it. They do it like every few months just to like take care, and it does seem to help them. If it's a placebo effect, I don't. I guess it doesn't matter. It helps. But I actually got reimbursed from my health insurance. I had to pay like $80, and they gave me 60 back. So, I guess there's enough benefit to actually fund it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still not sure how much. There does seem to be a lot of controversy about whether
Yeah.
this is actually doing anything, but
My grandfather used to go to a bone breaker, uh,
Jesus.
which is an old German practice called Knochenbrecher, like literally bone
Literally,
breaker.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great.
It's like a chiropractor on steroids, kind of, you would say, I guess.
How many bones
They
did he break on the regular?
Well, they realign you and stuff. The funny thing is that there's a famous one in Germany. I don't know if he's passed away yet. He's a massive dude. He's like 2 meters 20 or something. Tamahanken is his name, and he had a TV show and everything. I think he at least he used to be on TV a lot, and he used to fix every mammal possible. He would fix cats. He would fix cows, horses, and stuff. And for some reason, when he did his weird like cracky realigned stuff with horse legs or something, the horses actually stopped having pain while running. I don't know, but it's something my grandfather believed in. It's basically like a chiropractor, but without a license. It's more like a folk thing. You don't get a don't get a certificate. It's more like there's a guy in the village that does that for some reason, or you travel around as the bone breaker and you fix people's backs.
Yeah, it does sound kind of like a voodoo thing or like a.
Yeah, it's like lame European voodoo. Yeah. Yeah, chiropractors are also all without a license because technically they are not doctors, I guess.
The horses were like, fuck this, if this is the treatment, I'd rather run in pain.
I guess, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they gave the horses worse pain so that they would get desensitized from the previous pain.
Yeah, I don't know. My grandfather believed in it and he claimed it helped him. My grandfather had like a lot of back problems because he worked he basically grew up after the Second World War. So he had to deal with all the stuff when Germany was rebuilding and such. He was helping like carry around sacks of laundry and stuff and carry around the wooden bits that you make train tracks with, right? You have the wooden bit and then you put like the rail on top. You would carry that stuff around and it really hurt his back. So he always had like back problems from that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, everybody grew up after the Second World War, yes. But my grandfather was around when the rebuilding was happening. He would steal coal from the coal carrying trailers from the trains as well when he was a kid, so they could eat in the
Wow.
winter.
Wow, you're admitting your family's ancestral
Yeah,
crimes.
100-year-old crimes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they can try and dig him up, and get him. I feel like there won't be anything to get.
Get them bones.
Yeah. It's like almost 100 years. I forgot when he passed away, but he passed away at like over 80. So it was about, well, he grew up at the end of the war, He was a baby.
Yeah, it's not literally 100 years. You're exaggerating, of course, but there are sticklers in chat.
Yeah, there are sticklers. Yeah, because this is recorded live, but ends up on YouTube. And yeah, there's episodes coming.
Do you think we should put this stuff on another platform at some point instead of YouTube? I don't know if YouTube is the place.
I feel like YouTube can be where it starts, but maybe this should also be on Spotify. And yeah, it's free to host on Spotify, right? SoundCloud costs money now.
I don't know if Spotify is free.
But they get to run their ads. So,
I suppose. But
yep.
SoundCloud also runs ads.
Does it now?
Yeah.
I've not used it in a very long time. I stopped using it after people stopped using it themselves because hosting costs.
Yeah, but they
I
also
think-
introduced ads a few years
Yeah.
ago.
I used to listen to Comedy Bang Bang and they just made their own hosting platform when SoundCloud became unreliable. And then everybody's on Spotify now. iHeartRadio, I think, yeah, that's one I've also heard of. Can't abide by the hosting costs. How are you supposed we host this? I mean, oh, Jesus. How do you suppose we pay for this? There's no Patreon or anything yet.
Yeah, we gotta drop the Patreon link.
Yeah. 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 No, people that listen to this later, like in a year or so, they will have no idea. Yeah. If you pay for Spotify, of course, you get no ads, yes. But a lot of people also don't pay for it. Where I don't know how that works then. I guess people pay for the hosting costs with their premium. Yeah.
Yeah, or we go to the Yogs and ask them to add us to Pickaxe.
Well, I guess we could always try our luck to get into the network. Yeah.
I think if Spotify does charge money now to upload your stuff, I guess that there must have been free accounts at some point because I think I might have a musician friend who back then had an account and I think he's still able to upload his music without fees, but I don't know. I would have to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. For listeners, I pay for Spotify because I get ads in between stuff. I know there's ways you circumvent that. The same way you can watch YouTube without ads on the phone. I will not advertise that here, but if you're curious, there are advanced ways you can use.
Advanced ways, yes.
Yeah, advanced ways to do that. I mean,
I get you.
yeah.
By the way, we didn't address any of the other points on the Trello, and I don't know if we
No,
want to because I feel like we already kind of we have
yeah,
enough for this week, but
we kind of filled this up. Well, maybe anecdotally, I can do a small one because I think that's easy to handle. Uh, the other one that we will not touch on is Escape from Tarkov. Favorite game of mine, one of my favorite games for a while, has shit the bed, and the devs have ruined the whole community, and now there's a huge argument that has lasted like a week about what direction that's going in. Yeah, but that's something for another time, or I rant on that on my stream. It's still ongoing. If anything, I might want to wait till next week.
yeah, so you want to keep that topic for your stream.
Other than that, I learned something that might interest you about YouTube Shorts.
Oh,
So I always listen to Cox and Crandall, right? And one of the interesting bits is that it's not just for pleasure. It's also for education sometimes because Jesse Cox has done YouTube for a very long time. He's like one of the oldest people to still make content, right?
hmm.
And because of that, YouTube keeps coming to him to do meetings and talk about the health of the platform and what's happening and what they're implementing and stuff.
Really? YouTube
Yes.
consults Daddy Cox?
Yes. They also talk to the Yogscast. Susan Wojcicki, I can't pronounce the last name, when she was the CEO of YouTube or whatever her title was, actually met the Yogs as well. I think she visited them or something.
Well,
They,
the
they, they at
Yogs
least
be
had
big.
they had YouTube people come. I think they also talked about like health as a creator mentally and stuff for some reason. It was like a while ago that Lewis mentioned that, but they do keep in touch with all creators that are still around, I think mostly because they want like their perspective. But Jesse Cox was very cynical about this last one that he had, where he was saying that it was a lot of suits, like business people that just didn't understand. They were mostly just there, and then next time you have a meeting, they're gone because they moved on to a different position. Because all they want is jump to the next position, be executive, make money, right?
Hmm.
And they talked about YouTube Shorts. And Jesse Cox has tried with this. He has an entire team making stuff and researching by now because he does so many things. And they tried using YouTube Shorts to draw people to videos, like do a short of a video and then have a link to the video. But it turns out that no matter what you do, people watch shorts for shorts. I mean, this might seem obvious to some people, right? This is also what I kind of suspected, but it's good to hear this definite from somebody that has really tried. And apparently, people that watch YouTube shorts, they will not come and watch your video. They just stay watching YouTube shorts. Like people, I assume people on TikTok mostly just keep watching TikTok because it's much easier to stay on one platform, right? So that's basically the revelation that he has gotten out of that. And then also apparently they want to introduce some big feature that Twitch had in the past, which flopped. And he told them, and they were like, yeah, but and it became obvious that they were just introducing features for money, not because they wanted to help the creators.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of sad, but I mean honestly I don't really understand the psychological reason of why people watch shorts for shorts. But it also seemed like that to me when I did my experiment at the beginning of the year. I think for like
Yeah, that's
almost
why I
two
brought it up.
months. For almost 2 months, I was just uploading clips from my Twitch streams. I basically did a retrospective from like 3 years ago when I started streaming. All my clips that I could still find, I edited down and I put them on YouTube. And some of them did get a couple thousand views, but I didn't get a single new follow or anything. Or maybe I think I got one follow to be actual fair.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of is in line with what I also kind of expected. I still am surprised how little there is. It's like under 100 people, maybe one will watch the video. On the other hand, I don't watch shorts. of channels that I watch videos from mostly. The only shorts I watch is if it's some gym related stuff because it's easy to make a very short format video that is informative. Here's how to do this movement. It takes 1 minute to show me.
Yeah, that's probably a good content for a short. I think I only watch shorts if it's like cats or
Yeah.
I think I've seen a couple of shorts by like Pirate Software, maybe because people shared them in the Discord or something, and he had some tips about game dev or about YouTube. But that's
Yeah.
about it. Like, I don't really like shorts because I don't like that kind of short form content in general. Like, that's also why I don't really want to get on TikTok, because I don't know, like all that stuff, I feel like it doesn't really give you the chance to get into a topic, and it's too ADHD for me. I don't know. Like I just don't like that stuff. Even if it's like funny clips from streamers, I wouldn't watch other people's clips. So I was wondering if other people would want to see mine, but
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've never gone to a channel and watched that. Instead of watching the shorts, But I'm trying to think. Maybe there's like one outlier where it's like so creative and fun. Yeah, is yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting. I think because I know that G at some point, who I moderate for, right, is also has also a TikTok channel now, and I think there were like if maybe one or two cases where I think someone showed up because of the TikToks. But if people show up in other people's channels, the thing I noticed the most, also from Shadow at Noon, for example, is that it's from YouTube videos. Like Shadow gets so many people in the recent streams that I've watched that come in and are like, wow, you're the person that makes those videos with the music. I like those so much.
yeah,
Because
her
Shadow,
Nintendo like music compilations that she's been doing for
yeah.
years
Yeah,
before
head
she
empty
even,
something Nintendo music stuff.
yeah, like before she became a partner and before she joined the Yogscast on Twitch,
Yeah.
she was doing these playlists for a very long time. I think that's still her biggest like viewership.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know. That's
interesting.
basically all I have on that.
I guess
Yeah.
like for getting a following, shorts are just not the way to go.
Yeah. Just basically upload highlights. And if you make other content on YouTube, that seems to be the best way still to advertise for yourself. Because it's different, but for some reason, still people get this feeling of, hey, maybe I want to enjoy that live, stuff like that, maybe. Like, I prefer an actual uncut VOD of someone's stream or being there live over a highlights video, for example. But it's also just me because I need to know everything. That's how I am. I can't shut my brain off to that.
Well, I only like a stream if I can be there when it happens. Otherwise, I really cannot be motivated to
Yeah.
watch it. And if I go to YouTube, I wouldn't really want to watch stream stuff. I would want to watch something that's kind of like a produced essay, or maybe some gameplay, or like some funny shit somebody has made with their game to like bend the mechanics or something.
Yeah.
Can be
Well,
interesting.
that said, if you listen to this on YouTube, or anywhere else you can get podcasts in the future, hopefully, check us out on Twitch.
Yeah, at twitch TV dot slash shalama underscore and twitch TV slash ankastasia.
Yeah, but also we are putting links in the description and everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then follow Anka for her video gaming making shenanigans.
Well, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.